Ski Tips with Josh Foster, sponsored by Big White Ski Resort, Canada's favorite family resort in Kelowna, BC.
So what the heck is this lead change thing? You know, you might have taken a few lessons and your instructor might even said that, hey, you got a bit too much lead change, you know? I've even also heard some people say that you might even want to start your turn with some lead change. We used to call that a switch back in the old days. Come on with me for a ski and I'll show you what I mean. Here we go. So if you have a look down at my feet here, you can see the downhill foot's a little bit behind the uphill foot. Uphill tip, a little ahead of the downhill tip. That's lead change. Have a look here again, guys. A little bit more exaggerated. You can see that's a big amount of lead change. Downhill foot's trailing, uphill foot's maybe a bit too far forward, causes all sorts of problems. So, you know, the problems that lead change thing creates, well, at the end of the turn, downhill foot trails, you can't really move inside to edge. But if I start my turn with that little bit of a switch, well, then I kind of get stuck and I can't turn my legs. Have a closer look here. You see, if the downhill foot is way back here, that jams me up like that. And that's really no good for balance, it's no good for turning, it's no good for edging. So we want to create lead change a little bit of a different way. Let me show you. So if one of those visual pictures is you and you feel like you're kind of jammed up at the end of the turn or maybe stuck as you start your turn, well, maybe you're kind of intentionally creating that lead change or that scissor in your feet, you know? That's not the best way to create it. Check this out here with my feet. So you can see here in this stance, my toes are side by side. But when I turn them, do you see how one toe ends up ahead of the other toe? That's how lead change is created, not by separating our feet like this. So what can you do to fix up this little situation that you've got here? You know, the downhill foot's the one with all the weight on it. So a lot of people say, kick that one forward. But I got a bit of a different idea for you. So if you have a look down at my feet here again, guys, I'm creating that lead change through turning. But if you got this kind of thing happening, like that, well, the downhill foot's the one with all the weight. So if you kick that one forward, it kind of pulls your hip. So maybe try this. Pull this inside foot back just a little, like that, so that your toes are even right into the fall line. And then you'll be turning your feet together and natural lead change is created. So I find with that little foot drill, where you pull your foot back through the fall line, instead of trying to kick this one forward, you get a little bit out of balance. But if you pull this one back, it doesn't have the weight on it, and then the legs turn a little bit easier. So that's a little bit of a drill to help you out with lead change. So I hope it works for you. From beautiful Big White Ski Resort, just outside Kelowna, BC, I'm Josh. We'll see you next time.